Fancy running into you again. Don't mind me. Gotta hand it to you, boss. Yes, Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. You're serious. You're giving me a shot. All right. I put together a little speech, just in case. Hey there. I'm Felix Millstone. I have prepared a... Firstly, I am highly personable, and I get along well with anyone...
Sorry.
Secondly, I can be counted on in the event of a firefight, standoff, and/or raid. My motto is... That motto is it's a work in progress. Additionally, I have several years of experience as a box hauler. This skill may come in handy if you need a body dragged away. In conclusion, thank you.
I thought that was real good, Felix.
Thanks for the vote of... What do you think? Am I in? The fun kind? I mean, what else do you do when you got a ship of your... Wow. Thanks, boss. I'll just gather my personals and meet you on board.
Well, this'll be interesting, huh?
Have either of the assault cruisers...
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Punch. You want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
I think I got just the thing, my dear. A few years back, Auntie Cleo's put out a home makeover. High-grade
What's the scrubby brush for?
cleaning around your nails, sweetheart. Most folk don't got the time. Or bath.
We didn't have anything rose-ish in Edgewater.
I'll just wrap that up for you, since
I'll pay for that, ma'am. Thanks for being so helpful.
you're welcome, dear. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
I hope this fancy soap we got... He seems like a nice boy to... Because we've never ended up in a fight. I mean, sure, he's a bit rough around... You might surprise yourself. That chief... Oh, thanks, Captain. I'm gonna put these someplace safe. In her messages, Junlei said her mama used to make this dish for Monarch. Dustback casserole. And then for dessert, there's gotta be some... Thanks, Captain. I know I'm asking an awful lot, but I'm sure it's gonna be worth it.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you...
CNP pancake mix. Now requires no mixing. Seriously, don't mix it.
Make this conversation. Sure is. Welcome aboard, contractor. One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but he went dark before he could spill the goods. We arranged a drop at the Saltuna. When the board pulled out of Monarch, they buried or sealed anything they couldn't. Apparently, one of Catherine's teams uncovered an abandoned lab with full tanks of Alta. It's exactly 1 million bits per cubic meter. Before you get too excited, the only thing rare, dangerous stuff. Acid for the nucleon and...
But it can be a lot of fun, if you don't mind the possibility of rewiring your body on an atomic level.
You and I have different notions of... A few of my contractors run flights in there and out again. We keep the community lubricated with a steady supply of booze and unconventional... One of my guys filmed a Raptidon grinding on an automech. Didn't end well for anyone, including the camera. Now, get going. Catherine will brief you on the details when you check it. One last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes in the back of your head. Understood? Don't go looking for anything, except salvage. Just watch out. You'll do fine. Probably nothing to worry about. Probably.
I ain't worried if you aren't, Captain. Honest.
What was that? What do you think you're doing? All right, but I got my eye on you.
Sublight for life. The corporations never lifted a finger for me.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Burning to death is one of the most painful ways to go, just in case you needed a reason to get us.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck...
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of... I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like...
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still... You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring tribute. Under its skin, this ship is all poison and darkness. Leadbone, you've got the run of the kingdom. Up those stairs, you'll find the parts. My crew won't get in your way.
Live free, die free. Nothing else matters.
It's possible I've had too many. Smells kind of like useless telephone pipes.
Some rat gave me a taste of the good stuff. I've been tripping for days.
Be careful with that shit. You'll end up as crazy as he is.
It takes crazy to live in this universe. Crazy cosmos. Crazy cosmos.
Boss says you're all right.
When I look at you, all I see is light. Whoa, your aura is like a disco ball, caught in a black hole.
You're the first person I've seen who talked their way past McRed. They may not... I'll get back to my post. See you topside, stranger.
Hey! What do you think you're doing? I'm gonna pretend I never saw you.
It's so... cozy.
many mushrooms.
You get that automech patch? Greg wants it up and running.
I'm trying to think of a good name before I wake it up.
Don't give it a name. What are you thinking? It hasn't got a heart? It's not like us.
Falling apart.
Can't spell groundbreaker without broken. Oh, wait.
What do you say we get out of here before we join whoever that was on the grill?
I can take a hint.
Neighbor from above. They rejected it again, didn't they? I thought I could...
Rizzos wouldn't know innovation if it bit him on their backsides. You're a natural inventor, Mr. McRed.
Kind of you to say, engine gal. Ship got impounded. The crew and I racked up a debt while we were grounded. That's pure... Am I your dark reflection? Shit. You can come and go and... Neighbor from above. Listen to the fire of those convictions. This one's alive or dead. My flame? Shit. Little flick here got me started on the pyro path. Fine. He's yours.
Work smarter.
Don't worry, Mr. McRed. We'll treat Mr. Flick extra nice on account.
I'll miss my baby pyro, but it beats losing my head. Keen eyes you got there. Sunita gave me this lighter. We had a carnal understanding. Lay it on me.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly...
You've returned, and in one piece. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight Mantipillar infestation. More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned... If every repair was a one-woman job, I wouldn't need an engine. You can flip a switch for me.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has brought...
The controls are in the back of the machinery shaft area. Keep...
Make him regret it! There's one!
That's the last of them!
Good news? Song tells me the security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Sneak fast if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
System searching for...
Take your best shot, asshole! Don't mess with it.
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the drop loop. Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Some town...
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulder. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who... If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc Mfuru to sell you up. Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of... Plus the... Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. I was...
They must have been amazing people to have...
That means a lot coming... It was different knowing that I couldn't turn to anyone who... Maybe you... I hope that was a joke, Captain. I really do. I gelded that thing years ago. Now it...
Oh, gosh. I don't know.
Don't sell yourself short. It does... We're always thirsting for help. You've got my attention. You're right. I don't. The board is after two... I like to think of myself as a nice person, but if that gaudy embassy of his was... The board... I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be... Too much of Groundbreaker's income is... You've got my attention.
Just plugged the last of the O2 leaks.
CNP Borst Pockets can be microwaved in 2.5 seconds. Borst Pockets.
Got word from Udom, from the hitman who trailed. You sure saved my skin, stranger. All debts between.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following...
Gonna head to Vera's for whiskey and darts.
Remember Auntie Cleo? Because...
Hey, Ellie. Having your usuals?
Not today.
Never thought... Some big shot down in Byzantium's holding auditions for a new adventure.
Colonials are always itching for a fight.
You learn to keep your eyes to yourself in my job. Nobody wants you looking...
Hey there. What are you doing after work?
Going back to the old cubicle to watch the latest episode of my serial.
What's a nice boy like you watch? Something exciting? Romantic? Taking Hey! That's it!
What do you think you're doing?
Sorry for the misunderstanding.
Hmm?
Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch. Triple Flakes and Purple Berry flavored Power Nuggets. Now with 12% more crunch.
It's almost time. Well, ain't that peachy? You enjoy that stamp, you understand? Anything else? Want a charming copper? What was that?
Watch it!
What do you think you're doing?
This is Halcyon News.
it just me, or has it been deader than usual around here?
Do you have it? You know? Oh my law. You've done... Now then. I just have to apply the seal here, sign like so, and... Ta-da! Here are the forms. Those authorization forms will let you speak with Sophia when you arrive. I'll send her a message straight away to let her know you're coming. She'll be delighted, I'm sure.
You mean the lady who handles the chairman's business? Or the third most powerful person in the colony? Oh, right.
Yes, quite. Miss Akande is just the person to... She can fill you in on all of the board's operations. Best of luck to you, and thank you again. Give my regards to the Unreliable.
you like handing over money, you're gonna love Byzantium.
Wow. Byzantium. I guess that'll be pretty crowded.
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
So, what's the plan? Ready when you are.
How goes the hunt? Nothing. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, the outlaw scientist fella, right. The board's had it out for him for ages. If you have an inkling of the wheres or what-fors of his location, Udon Bedford would surely like to hear it. To the board, yeah. You've read his wanted poster. But he's never done nothing to Groundbreaker, so I've no problem with him. We keep the poster up.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
Something on your mind?
I find myself... Yes, I've been...
Good to see you, boss. Didn't I tell you? Honestly, before you picked me up, I was living in the back bays. Spent my whole life up there, watching. I was what... That's what they called us. Orphans with no family, no company. The word's a touch kindlier than rung leech. Same way we all do. Look for work, and hauling boxes was about the only work I could find. Could be I was overreacting. But oh, I can do civilized. I caught a Yeah. Thanks for listening, boss.
Felix keeps asking me to watch some adventure serial with him. It's not my thing. Oh, you mean Sam? He's just the sweetest, ain't he? Oh. Nah, but I've been thinking on one. Gotta get to know him better, I think. It ain't nice to give folks a nickname without him Of course, that don't stop Felix.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? Forgive me, Captain. I would rather not discuss Alex Hawthorne today. Was there another topic on your mind? No, I am sure I cannot feel emotion. It was my fault. I should have predicted the statistical unlikeliness of success of my... He asked me to trust him. Captain Hawthorne attached 98.4% of the ship's process. I have been programmed to deftly calculate navigation. Alex also taught me the concept of a personality. The information in my memory banks says I am an autonomous digital astrogator, created by, redacted, on the date of, redacted. I have not yet decided if I should attempt to uncover the missing information. I asked once. Alex did not build me, and... We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it! Blast, that's loud. I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since, in fact, I've never had a visitor. Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime. Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout. Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals. Of course. What's on your mind? Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper. Absolutely. Let's talk. No, and I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
Fine looking hideout you got here. My name's Felix, by the way.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while it lasts, shall we? Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? It is... Oh, fine. As long as you're vouching for their character and they aren't touching things. For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew, such as they are. You're a talented scientist, after all. Our kind has always been incredibly popular. Yes, indeed. Well done. Also, you still haven't spontaneously liquefied, which pleases me immensely. Progress. What's on your mind? Careful, that's my communications terminal. make excellent test subjects. Also surprisingly nutritious. Reviving you from hibernation was my greatest accomplishment. Your odds of survival were a mere 28%. That escape pod had a 12% risk of catastrophic failure. Quite safe by Halcyon standards.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
You watching the Aether Waves last night? You know that slick-looking spacer from All My Colonists? They got her playing the Queen of the Marauders.
Whoa, no fooling? I'm gonna have to catch that one for myself.
Issuing sanitation ticket. Error! Refill printer paper. Thank you. Customer, Sam. Merciless on germs.
Something on your mind? Something on your mind?
You serious? I thought we were getting along just fine.
Good to see you, boss.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? Mm-hmm. above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
Hold on there. I gotta sign you in. Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend... You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-world traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but on behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to... Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules. We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here. And thank the stars for... Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all.
Did he just say raptidons and cannibals? I can't wait.
Oh, sure. It makes Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Anyway, Mr. Sandra, I'll be mighty pleased to meet you. Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could... I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia?
Boss, come on. Black Hole Birdie, the Hole Mice.
That's Bertie Holcomb. Only one of the greatest tossball. Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of... Oh, you're real funny. I couldn't really say, I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these... Thanks a bunch. See you...
If you want to talk to the boss,
and the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't... But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of... Shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every... Right. What are you staring? Wait. Name's Nyoka. I'm the best big game hunter on the planet.
You're also the loudest big game hunter on the planet.
Shut the fuck... Fair point.
You're a hunter? You ever killed a rapt?
Matter of fact, I was just regaling our drink master here of a time when a baby rap snatched an heirloom of mine. Had to chase it halfway to Fallbrook. When I finally caught it, I was so mad I tore its jaw clean off. Reached in, wrenched my medallion from its belly. Caught me an awful burn. But I'd say it was worth it.
A burn? You were disfigured? That rap leave you with some sort of grisly-looking scar?
Hey now, woman's gotta have her secrets. Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should... Nice change of pace. Another in a long line of damn fools. Well. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. Outstanding! I'm cut off for the... Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
We don't get many outsiders.
Caleb's doing the talking.
Talk to Caleb. He speaks for all of us.
New face, huh? A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MS... Why don't you grab a chair? Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. Well, but until the windfall's gone... It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less... Our supervisor, Velma, we won't go... I wouldn't doubt it. You look like the type who tends to come out on top. Not like us cogs, trying to be the squeaky wheel. You would do that? We sure are lucky you decided to come up to the patio today. I knew... Sure thing. I never meant to call for anyone's head on a pike. Velma's not my favorite person, but she ain't been devil at all. Now, tell Velma not to worry. We'll look out for her. Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own caffeine. Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember.
Quite the bedside manner, lady.
Well, it's so rare I get the pleasure of new company. What can Auntie Abigail do for you? And what a helpful young lady you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits.
Whiskey helps, too.
Please leave medical advice. Now, dearie. I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing away what little trade we get, our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a shame what some people will do? Isn't it just? I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only... Now I've gone and said too much, and you know... I'm afraid it'll be the better part of a month. Our dear Nyoka tends to exhaust... Believe me, there's no... Dr. Williams... Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be a pretty face for and to keep an extra key to the supply room for all the the one upstairs, where we store our... In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was always... The graveyard's near the southern ruins.
You're gonna go tussle with some raptidons? Because I've been practicing my dropkick.
Do be careful. I'd hate... Chin up, dear. If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own company.
Wrapped musk and canid right here.
But all of the above?
Says someone who's never had any fun.
Exactly. See, I'm glad someone on your crew's got some sensible. Whew, that hits this.
That was fast. I gotta see about stuff.
You be careful. The first one's free. Great. Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some few more of a spelunk. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
A real big game hunter. You gotta give me some pointers.
A ship? Well, look at you.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar in... What can I do You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it. But if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago. Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid. Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth. Oh, I don't need any of it. It's also I can sort of the strong. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with this. Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Oh, Mr. Non. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet. Plus, he's got great legs.
Good to have standards, I guess.
I know what I'm looking. You think that's what I'm looking for? Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
Well, Celia, didn't I...
That you did.
How can yield improvements of 26.7%?
You've often posed the...
Clear my schedule. This new Celia, will you make a note of that for myself?
Note.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil. But if you... Now, there's no need to humor me. I had hoped that livening up our advert...
Because he's scared to go it alone. You need the board to hold your hand and tell you everything's gonna be okay. Ain't that right?
Surviving alone isn't... Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been... Oh, we've...
Exactly what I would have said if I'd been paying.
You talk like Graham.
Can't imagine why you'd sneer at the notion of a free colony. Could it?
Not everyone likes the idea of hunting sprats in the back bays.
Your friend makes a good point, young man. I used to be young and idealistic too, but you can't run a...
Indeed. Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan.
On our term.
Ingenious plan? Don't get me wrong, I'm starting to admire your sand, but
What a charmingly roguish turn of phrase. Allow me to express my thanks at your confidence.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then
It's true, our Celia is an alarm. The plan... Not long, but the devil is always... And the salient detail here is a Bolt... If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure...
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon.
never realized fighting the bureaucracy could be this...
It is quite... In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be... Saying what? Which? That's just what it's called. It's supposed to stand for something, but... Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the... What can I do for you? I see. And was his delivery of the Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his... What else can I do for you? Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes. I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own... Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2, but back then... Really? I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names. After all, the whole point of terraforming was to make them...
Here, though, the results were mixed.
And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided... MSI's leadership at the time, but there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and It's humane, but it's also good business. Creating the perfect environment for us to enact. That's what I thought. But the senior executives laughed in our faces and insisted. Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive...
Must have pissed off some real big suits to get stuck with that.
On the contrary, I wrote lots of very important reports on behalf of top MSI officials before I was able to achieve. I moved forward with our planned reform, yet not long after... I don't think I realized how far everything we did was legal.
Your first mistake was expecting the board to cut you a fair deal.
I understand the sentiment, but I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems...
Sounds like the board gave themselves the power to arrest an entire planet.
They would say it's for the great... Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all...
Yeah, and once you go back to him, they'll own your dignity too.
If you can't beat him, might as well join him and reach into their...
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being... Indeed. If membership on the board can ease our heart... Besides,
Don't get ahead of yourselves.
Yes, it'll be easier. My hope is to make... He and his followers call themselves the Iconoclasts. Lawless anarchists, all of them. It isn't just that they every...
So, what's...
Shall I begin with the supply shortages or the subtle but constant threat of annihilation? He's lucky the board doesn't take him seriously enough to keep more than a few UDL gunships per...
An Earth Directorate assault cruiser would...
What can I do for you?
Here to do business with Sanjar? Here to do business with Sanjar?
MSI keeps the fishery running and the walls intact.
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in Raptidon tongue? Or maybe some... You look like a woman who's Oh, good. Celia hasn't come by in a few days. You look like a woman... Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that Raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested. Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a disc. Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real but if I give her one... You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice. Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go...
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say? Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Was he like... Not to worry. Anyhow.
Smells like wrapped in here. Oh, it does work. I bought some musk from Sebastian to cover up the salt.
Good day to you.
Whoa, by the... Most people...
We're used to folks swooning at our feet. You don't get...
A healthy survival reflex is nothing to be... Besides... Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? The board was right. That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back. These days, everybody's had a belly full. I can whip one up for you, but it'll... Sure, just let me know. Sanjar, of course. It all...
That's what she said.
There's truly no... Only every day. And he... Nothing. That's what. Even talking about it has my blood pressure up. Lucky you.
I won't tell.
killed!
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
Whatever you do, don't mention Tossball to either.
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh? Jumpy?
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? Did she now? Well, I can see I was mistaken. Because if Catherine really had sent you, there'd be a lot. Hope you can forgive my temper. First, my autoloader foreman stages... Braxton. He's in charge. He's a real wizard with a pharmaceutical. I can't keep working double. Since you... Tell him, Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she... Something else on you? This again? You can tell Grima's poster came in. That about cover it? She runs the betting parlor across the way. She asked me about the poster once. Damn right it is. It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money. Sure can. Sure. And once you finish helping me, then we can... No. I paid some. Fine by me. Sure can. Sure. And once you finish... Fine by me. Stealing's such a nasty word. And yeah, let's just say... We're not like those corporates. Besides, the sublight boss out of Fallbrook handles most... Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again? Well, that's... Thanks for your help. You've gotten me out of a tight spot here. Take this for your efforts. Honest work deserves honest pay.
I'm glad Caleb's crew is back. I was getting tired of the...
Look, I don't... Sorry, for a second I thought you were Grim.
Look, I don't... I'm sorry. For a second, I thought you were Grim. You're probably looking for Velma. Watch out. She's in a mood. If you want to talk to the boss, she's in the back of the warehouse.
Ma'am, please, I need your help. I can pay. Oh, thank you for stopping. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran...
It's more dissolving than...
That is not... Don't you tell me to calm down. I promised my boy. He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the Raptidons. Please... Thank you. Oh, I know him. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch...
So, you're really running around with us now, huh?
Sure am. I'm a part of the crew now. Got my own bunk and everything.
You know, Felix, now that you're a real pirate, I should induct you into the Pirates' Code of Silence.
Ooh, the Code of Silence.
I hear those rich
What's
people
that?
in Byzantium pay a
It
handsome...
means you agree not to talk for a very long time. Teach me that.
Have you had time to check on... Would you look at that? I can't thank you enough. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been?
Every time the punch clock peals, a worker earns his meals.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I thought you were quoting It's a Wonderful Thing.
A murder? Hey, is this the part where we go hunting for clues?
Not much I can do for this guy.
So, guess who Celia brought home the other night?
Finally. Now she can stop buying that junk from him.
You again! Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton.
Dilated pupils, anxious. She's high on.
No! Okay? Braxton always has a good stash, and... Oh, he told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. So,
You wanna know what I think? This Braxton fella threw away the trappings of society and joined a pack of wild raptidons.
Ooh, you're the new Faye. So who do you follow? Wait, don't.
Darlings? Seriously? I mean, yeah, you're looking at...
I'd heard they'd gotten a new hacker. Is that why everyone's... Maybe we're...
You get to listen to games all day? Stellar Bay
It's pretty swell. Say, I'll
try not to be a stranger then.
You should stop by more often. The game...
Sounds like a good time.
Look at me, getting... So... Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a... I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow. Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on... Sometimes he'd drink Purpleberry Punch by the liter. Other times he... I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the way. They usually loiter in the... Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Hey, Ellie, you wanna know what I think? I think they ought to make a serial about our crew. Only, we'd have all these secret messages in every episode, see?
What happened to the Code of Silence, Felix?
Hey, why do you always do that thing with your eyes whenever I talk to you? You on the alert, maybe? Looking out for hidden enemies?
Who the fuck are you?
Let's
This ain't
just
your...
say
Hey! What are you... Berta already... Listen, that purple... And not that... I don't think so.
Any news, Captain? Have you found my little boy yet?
You ever watch Agent Khan? He's got this ship, right? The Invincible. And we got a ship, right? So I got to thinking, who would win in a race? The Invincible or the Unreliable?
Now, if we were like the other corporations, you would... But we're better than... Anyway. But that's terrible. But that means we won't be able to log their testimonies. If there's one thing I've been hoping to re-establish... Celia, I do hope you're taking note.
Indeed.
Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated.